Hello YouTube, today at powerjackrepair.org we got a Lenovo Ideapad S145-15AST, also known as 81N3. We have this connector right here, and the client broke the pin inside, and the part of the old plug is still remaining in there. So the best thing to do here is to remove this old piece and put a new piece in there instead of the old one. Now you need to mark which way is up. So this is the up position. So we're gonna write down up, up, and this is gonna be the bottom position. The thing is, I insulated the area already with the insulation tape. It's a Captain tape. The link is below. High thermal insulation tape, so that none of the nearby components would fly off the motherboard. There's a one component right here that has tendencies to fly off the motherboard. So hopefully the insulation here not gonna let it move in any way, shape, or form. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some flux here, 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 here. Add some solder here, 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 and there. Also add some flux right here, 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 and there. Add some fresh solder here, 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 here. The new leaded base solder gonna mix with the unleaded base solder, the silver base solder that they use here. It's gonna drop the melting temperature, and we would be able to remove this connector from the motherboard nice and easy. You wanna make sure that the insulation doesn't cover the connector itself, so that the connector would follow the motherboard by itself. Let me show you how to do it. This is flux that I'm adding to the joints. All right. Then we're gonna power up the hot air station. Set the air to flow to really like 120 degrees, not much at all. That way nothing gonna fall off the motherboard, and I will have time to add some solder. All right, let's power up the hot air station. Hot air station gonna let the solder penetrate much farther into the motherboard. All right. Alrighty. Okay, good job. Now let's flip this guy over. Ooh. You see the insulation fell off the motherboard? That's not really a good thing. Let's shut down the hot air. Let's put the insulation back on, because without that insulation, I will spend half a day trying to mount this component back to the motherboard, and I don't have time to have a whole bunch of laptops working, waiting for me to get done. So the insulation has to be there. If the insulation is there, the component should not fall off the motherboard. Technically speaking. In practice, it could. All right. Let's position this guy like that. All right. While the hot air is flowing, For some reason, my favorite tool for removing the components has disappeared someplace. When you need it, it's not there for some reason. Stuff happens, so no big deal. Alrighty. Alright. Come on. Let's boost up the air to 370. And let's warm it up. Let's flip this guy over. And let's use the soldering iron to help melt the joints. Alright. And like that. Okay, good job. Let's remove the hot air for now. Drop the hot air to 320 degrees. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to bring the hot air back in. Like that. And what we want to do next is we want to remove all of the solder from the soldering holes. Like that. And it doesn't want to bulge. All right. So that's a new thing. Let's add a little bit more leaded base solder. All right, so once we have more leaded base solder added, looks good. All right, and now the insulation came off the component one more time. So we want to put again the insulation back on. Like that. Ay, ay, ay. Let's see if we can get everything desoldered from the other side. All right, looks good. Alrighty, so now we're gonna inspect that motherboard under the microscope and make sure that none of the components flow off the motherboard, especially this one right here. You don't want it to be loose in any way, shape, or form, but it seems to be really solid, so we want to inspect it from all sides. Yeah, looks good, looks good. Excellent. All right. This looks excellent. Okay, let's look at the other side. And the other side shows us, well, my understanding there was nothing here. I didn't see any components here. This guy is fine, and those guys should be fine. All right, so this is the top side, and you wanna make sure that this is really flush. So in order to see if it's flush or not, we're gonna try and remove excess solder from the pads. All right, because the new jack has to be sitting flush here. All right, looks good. And the other side. All right, looks excellent. Now let's bring the new connector. All right, so before we're gonna put the new connector in place, what I wanna do is I wanna put some flux in. The flux supposed to allow us to work on this thing a little bit longer. All right, like that. Like that. Okay, good job. So the goal now is to keep one of the sides really close down to the motherboard, basically put some pressure on the top. All right, I keep pressure here. All right. Pressure right there. Now let's do exactly the same thing here. Add some pressure right there. All right, excellent. All right, we should have a solid connection there. Yeah. No, not really. Let's do one more time. Right, that's a solid connection. And let's do solid connection in the back. All right, that looks like really solid connection now. And let's solder this whole thing on the bottom as well. Put some pressure onto the jack itself. All right. Alrighty. And what I want to do here is I want to put some more flux to the sides. Here and there. And here. Good job. Excellent. All right. Okay. And Looks good. Looks good. Again, the goal for this component to stay in place. That's the most difficult part, basically, to keep that component from falling off the motherboard while removing the old connector. Alright, guys, like would be appreciated. Feel free to comment, subscribe. We have 1,000+ videos of different laptop makes and models that we do for the power jack repair here. And hopefully this video was useful to somebody. Feel free to send it over to us. I think we charge a reasonable amount of money to work on it. Alrighty. And alrighty. Looks excellent. Good job. What I want to see is how good this thing is soldered right here. Right here. No, that's a solid connection. Okay. Never mind. And it's solid on the inside as well. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good job. Yep. Alright, let me put the system back together and see if everything's gonna work. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be working fine. Hopefully the client sent in the power supply along with the laptop. Alrighty. Looks good? Looks good. Alrighty. So we have a brand new power supply, which the client brought. It's an aftermarket, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's no big deal. Let's see. Alright, we plug in the plug. Do we get the white light or we don't get the white light? I don't quite see. There is so much brightness in here. I don't know, it's hard to say if we get the white light. Oh, it's not white, it's orange. Alright, we got the orange light. If we look in the dark, should be orange. Right, let's press the power button. Ideapad S145. Yeah, alright. And we got Lenovo on the screen. And I will wait a little bit for it to show me that the battery is plugged in and charging on the right side right there. Let's bring the camera, another camera over so that it would be pretty obvious for you to see. Alrighty. Again, just give me one more second. Alright, so let's switch the camera to, and you could see right there it shows plugged in and the battery icon right there. So what I want to do is I want to disconnect the plug really quick and see if I didn't forget to plug in the battery into the motherboard. Sometimes I forget the battery to connect the battery. So the goal is, by the way, I want to check the touchpad to work, and I want to, okay, so let's unplug it for a second. All right, and we plug it back in. Well, when I unplugged it, it didn't shut down, but that icon didn't switch from here. It's supposed to switch from the fork. Come on. Strange, this thing doesn't change the color, even though we are unplugged. Strange. Anyways. I will charge it up and send it back to the client. Again, thank you so much for watching. Again, we are at powerjackrepair.org, 20 years in business, 1,000+ videos of different laptop makes and models that we replace the connectors on. And right now it's remembers that I was unplugging and plugging it back in. All right. Want to wiggle it, stress test it, unplug it. plug it back in. Anyways, it's something with the computer. It's a bit slow, I guess, to pick up. Alrighty. All right. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.